lost in the partition of thought. My goods gone grand into the ball. If this wagon ever stopped, I'd throw an anchor that couldn't get hit in the soil that's soft. Cause it got wet by the horse when he took a piss while he walks. That's a talented one that's on hoofs. If I ever saw it and if I ever tell you the story, you best not break that eyesight glass, because I can say with my left hand, according to Jim, I lost track of that last rip, and then I fucking repeatedly hit for doing bit and fucking hitting at it. Some hitting lit. Yes. A collage of what gets college in it, dog. That's a college road. You tried to read it wrong. Yes, really with this, that I'm just gonna plant seeds in the big. This is the season with Rick, and the season with Big. Yes. Bust another one of these with the bustling city that you can see. Like a hologram was lit, it bounces on the cloud that stops. And you can watch a walk, you can check the watch or check the clock a wall, and then you could get checked out. Like you went to another place, an empty bottle, just stood like a robot. Start to fall in love with this talk. I did on that last sentence, I wish it would never stop. Like you don't have commas enough. Does it alarm you some? My words were strong. It was the straw that's gonna get lit. Always talks about this and this maze of amazing shit. You'll get amazed for days after that. The whole pocket that changed. And this was an arcade. I switched with some arcade things. This was a sugar cane. This was the forest that's dark. There wasn't even trees that's cut, so how the fuck this stubs? And what you trip over a dog? Was it a box? Was this a fucking Dick Van Dyke show before it starts? And that's where you put your legs up if you want, so you can relax. This fucking real talk is a fucking world where all of the drums play out once in unison, bro. They all make the same sound. Even though they're different sizes, that's the part that's puzzling me the most. Boom! It could have been scared for different that lives, that walks around, that did quite yet, and I feel like I did the side of your head, the way that it's supposed to be from down low. When I rip this hollow thought, it's fucking bones I hollow out. Boom! Hollow from off of a balcony. Half of a sun. You could have said it was the Chris of the moon, but it's not shaped like this, bitch. Yes, sea serpent that hits the side of your ship with teeth that are big and rip some of those planks so that you'll be at the bottom instead. Yes. A crowning god. What an achievement for me. What a fucking bunch of pills I pulled back from the onion I keep. This keep was a dungeon for me with the key that I keep on a necklace, and it's more like a string. Cause there's nothing bossy about it at all. It's just the fucking faucet was up. And it was too cold for it to have froze. Maybe not cold enough. I got my Ninja Turtle shows all mixed up. I feel like the jukebox was aching for this one. So we need to put on play without any change. Y'all can spin on some Donkey Kong and be swinging the vines and bananas. Yeah, for poison shit. For this poison to take effect in your intestines, you need to ingest it. So do this, you have my permission. Some of this pulp will sit at the top. Man, that was me when I was talking about rocking so much. That was a fucking eruption that stopped. And then the smoke would settle, stop. It would be unsettling now. Then the settlement we got sick and a whole bunch of coughs in unison like they saw. And doesn't that mean that my song was sick in the season we was, or more that we're in it? Could have asked him more about this, and I bet the right answer would manifest. Cause I fucking suggested it, and the thought process is going off as like a fucking prognosis of someone like a technician doing their job. And the high-tech shit couldn't get you to this answer that I got. Boom. Not even with an ad. It just takes a touch of a bun and jets it from your appendix, and then you could have got it. And when you get it, that could have been light bulbs, but not strong enough to get the whole room lit, dog, only where you was. It's like the torch is real low, and then a skeleton comes out with the hood up, and then the fucking eerie smug to fill the place. I'm supposed to get this up a notch even more because I haven't taken the quiz. Damn sure the test just abruptly stopped, cause I feel like I got an A on that bitch. Valedictorian type shit. Hit y'all with my microphone or what I gonna put into it, dog. It's like a waterfall. That's wonderful. From off the rolls. You can leave them all. This bar tape, that bitch. This isn't Coyote Ugly at all. Not even if you put cinnamon and sugar like it's one of those things that twist in the ball. That's usually meant for some cheese or some other type of savory dip. And then you'll be savory salt. And with salad bugs, I can toss you how I want. Toss you like a boat that rocks. These canoes will push by them oars, by the strongest arms, or by some oars, or by some swords that glow, and by it rips the soul, till you were by prong of what listened and what came down in this list that I hit that's as imaginary as the women in jets. But the women ain't imaginary though. No, just how they got across from different parts of the mobs, so they can get done, but entertains y'all. Cause y'all can't entertain yourself. You can't even entertain a thought very long, because your process started and stuff like fucking you was involved, so it wouldn't take up that much room from you usually. Who gives a fuck? Some voice explosions, no, suppose you lit the toast, so we might as well bury hoes like we were bugs. Listen to song as it comes out, it's hard because we listening with two left ears, like we always listening wrong. Or we dance in tennis shoes, with what could slid and do the electric dance in this bitch until y'all duds hits get the gist of what I said. It's not a joke, even though I said just, bro, and there was an right after, like I growled, like the dog got pissed, yo. This was a piss though, but it never stung. I mean, it never shot, it was just though, like it's a fucking hostage, bro. It's something in the trunk of that car you bought, you forgot the chick. You never is, so he never brought to your attention, even though he knows what has tape on. But the breath go, cause as it ate for a while, yes, you ate for some that has some aching going on. That's a different one, though, not the gay you're thinking of. This was some great news, some bulletin shit. When I'm full of this, like it's inside of a bowl, then you pull too much of that milk, and you go from the cow. Boom. Going for broke with the stove, because that's how it was, dog. You can check my pockets if you want, like you use a car. Won't you frisk me? No, because I'm a kitty and I want some milk. Yes, I go overboard with cushy smoke because I plan to seed myself and the seed will grow like the seeds will pour, like I got a staff that glows. Yes, I got this a ripple time I been. Another rumple still skin rip. I just tried to match the list and bring it up a chip like we're making bets. I feel like this is catch and release a fish if it had fins, but if it had legs, I'm just gonna snap it big like there's some crabs. Go to town with what had a roof like a house, but it's more like a hut. You're more in a rut than ever, dog, if you haven't listened enough. Yes. List off a bunch of this Listerine stuff that gets you clean teeth from now on. boat, chauffeuring thought. Feel like I bust a block every time I go triumphant talk with a couple trumpets that played my song. Boom. The maestro was pinched with this mighty hold. Now this is narration during the song. Would that be a great nation that saw or understood the letters and appendices that come out of my mouth? I mean, some of these asterisks had to be altered, these mistakes that come out of my mouth when I don't say it the way that I want. Or maybe that's the way that it's intended to be, so I could have said the list and it makes sense because of that mistake in the front of the sentences I had. Oh, give them the beat of that's hard. So when it burns, it leads them off. Give them a mark so they can clean up after themselves, after they cut, after this world has stopped to spin. I can finally settle down my lunch. Brown bass, been brown like that because the fucking eyebrows said yes. When it goes up, like the question what happened before, and then the fucking healthy habit of flow. Fucking happen to have right now. Because if I have to have it, it'd be a quarter involved. And this quarter was fun. That I plucked in this spot like it's a duck or more what I shot. Like this was when Mario wasn't so hot. You switched to the other part of the game that they brought out was very short. I never seen you like so. I like it a lot, I seen you grow. I seen your soul starts to glow. As gardens grow with the seed that's full. From high when you cupped it like it's some milk. Because damn, that milk is good. Exoskeleton shit. With some of the saliva that lives. You can make a colony with a citadel up top. Dog, you said it all and more. But I want to settle different than how I said it, yo, to the settlement so they can smoke and not be pissed off at the Indians. They thought may or may not have taken a biscuit from them when they didn't watch. But that's what you call Thanksgiving, dog. That's why with all Puritan, with this Puritan grip I couldn't be pouring on, like it's some of that drip that dropped from the faucet with the filter wrong. So my filtration process was strong. It's an octopus with all the suction cups and not a one sawed off by a propeller that propels a boat along. Yes. Get some of this sausage. You could get some of this sausage. Flying saucers that sit and wait for when I'll say something great. Like Alexander said, bitch. I hit you with a stone that I got at the top of a mountain that's tall. And wait for the bump. And instead of ice, I put the iron on while it's plugged in. And somehow I got an extension that's long. Maybe I had grandfather's help. Maybe I watched the grandfather clock until it wasn't cuckoo dog with a bird that flew out. Because it flew over your nest. That's what you got that toupee suggested. And maybe in the right spot like you adjusted during the song. Now put on your seatbelts if you want. And then the stewardess comes to fill up your drink and what you sip your beverage with this. That fucking sense of Beverly Avenue, bitch. And a fucking park place and boardwalk on the front of the bar. That's the roast that you cut, but it's not done. It's a cook because it hasn't got hit by the fuck. Not quite yet, then I fucking devour this flow. Like this was my only goal. From the ankles down, and then y'all gonna ache for some. Trey aching? No, again you said, it's a different person you could check in yellow pages if you wish. Yes, this is an umbrella top. No, it's more a blanket one, cause the snow that fall from clouds that look so dismal, y'all. Like they discontent this. Maybe disconnect is what you meant. Discontent would have meant they're happy with Prince. You commit the sentence while you sit, but it would better effect if you wait for it to just sit in. Then they can get the hole in the list. Why you wanna change it with the list that Lucy had? Maybe y'all just transfixed in the last bitch, and then in the last guy ripped this the hardest like the polar bears were watching. TWA.